Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video here on Tuesday. I wanted to do this just to kind of cover just some updates on this because there's a lot of talk, a lot of chatter since when did Kabam post this? The Consumables chatter. They posted this on October 26th. So we've had a good 5 days. When was it? Late last week. So what thread am I talking about? Oh, by the way, interesting in Sidewine news, DC Legends closed today. Didn't realize they were in trouble. All of a sudden, I can't remember if I played that game. Weird though, because it's lots of games. There's lots of mobile games. I think between DC and Marvel, they have to be very careful nowadays because you never know what's around the corner with most kind of mobile titles. But interesting. I wanted to kind of look back at this and kind of look back on some thought because I reacted very quickly. But there's a lot of stuff that's kind of like transpired. A lot of decent opinion from the community. And I think the biggest thing from like my thoughts of this and coverage was we need more information. We need to know more. We need to see more. A lot of people were not happy about what they read. Same thing, goes back to the apothecary. And again, I think it was something that I put in a question to people like, would they feel? How are they going to feel about this in 6 months' time? Is it going to be similar to the apothecary? Although we haven't really had a good test of the limitations of the apothecary in comparison to usage of consumables for endgame content like Necropolis, which is, around the corner. How close is around the corner? We're yet to really find out. But obviously people were very kind of like passionate about what they read. And there's a lot of things that, tick boxes, but mostly don't tick boxes. Obviously, and I think I pointed out in the video, like most of my kind of issues are really with like unit cost of stuff. Like that seems to be more of the bigger things. And that's not really good because it kind of encourages more of that of unit spend. And it's weird because we go through this here, like Kabam say, well, you got to spend your units on revives and health potions. Kabam also say in the other kind of like hand that, oh, by the way, you need there's special unit deals which come out various times throughout the year, regardless if it's Cyber Weekend, regardless if it's July 4th. The problem is, for a free-to-play player, their investment is going to be that because of Battlegrounds, because of what you get from some of this content doesn't really kind of like go on the equal level. So it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one for players as to like where they see their investment, whether you're spenders, whether you're free to play, and also from seeing stuff like these kind of like unit costs, which are good, but of course not many people want to be spending their units on these particular things. But lots of thoughts, lots of opinions, lots of thought processes and things like that. And lots we've got to go over in this video, obviously bringing some of these excellent points to light. So, Nameless says, we all got to understand something. We all know that this is a business and they got to make money to survive. The game is still growing and going strong almost 10 years now. But a lot of the decisions this company make are hilarious and so out of touch. Yeah, I do agree with that. Ever since it was a case of like, oh yeah, units should be seen as used on revives and health potions, I've always been like, that's not it. Especially if you're free to play. Many free to play players are now saving units, as I am, to try and get some of these deals in Cyber Weekend because it's the only means to an end to make effort. Do bear in mind, if for whatever reason Necropolis comes out next month, you kind of go like, am I going to invest all my units in revives and health potions for this particular event? Also, you look at the fact that some of these changes aren't going to come in until later next year, when Necropolis is basically everyone's gone at it. So for the 17,000 units that I've got, if the event comes in November, in December, in January, is that going to ruin my banquet event? Because I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be investing in that. Is it wiser to invest in that? Is it not? Oh no, you got to use it for revives and health potions. So it's always a difficult thing with it. But as we've seen with DC Legends today, obviously businesses need to survive. Big Blue says, missing points to be addressed in this plan. Will drop rates be increased for RNG potion drops? There's nothing about availability here. That's a good point. It's like saying, get an example. Like if the apothecary said you get 60% level yeah, 60%. What it's a level 3 health, level 3 revives. So if they were in there, like, well, does that mean necessarily that you get an opportunity to get some lesser ones instead, like increased rate for the level 2 revive, because it's now worth is kind of depreciated? As you said before, if depreciation comes in, do you increase volume? Is it just a case it's just a depreciation elevation and that's it? You know, that's another kind of point. Is it going to be a case that your stash levels for each individual revive needs to be kind of increased? Solo event, you know, will there be a level 3 revive in there? Will there be a bump in the level 1 revive? You know, there's questions there. The level 4 revive, the level 4 health potion in some of the different content. Kabam have hinted that in Quest you would get them, but what about other pieces of content as well? The Legend Celebration crystals, are those going to be bumped as well? Again, lots of questions we still don't have any answers to. Sociability maintenance, there's such a gap between Cav and Paragon players, which I'll get that into shot actually. Cav and Paragon players at the moment, heck, even with simply Paragon, that current tier system seems posed to recreate the exact same problem we have now. How will the team address these things? So there's a lot, honestly, there's a lot of questions. There's also incredibly decent points. Shadow Shooter says these are good news, but I still think incursion health potions could be done better. It's still very cost prohibitive and should be cheaper. I agree with that one. You can get 3 health potions for 29 each and 87 credits total, and 1 team health potion healing 3 teammates costs 91 credits. It's more expensive to heal your team than individually applying the same amount. So yeah, just again, like more questions, and I think that's the biggest thing. Like that, I left that coverage of this is we have a lot more questions than we have answers. There's some good things about it, but it's obviously not going to tick a lot of boxes, and it's a lot of fundamental changes. Of course it is. Yeah, okay, more. The Streets Demand percentage based potions, and I think that's going to be an overarching theme of this, is that I think players were very much disappointed to not see this being very much percentage based, and there's some really good arguments to this particular point, which we'll see in a moment. I think the next tab's got it. One of the tabs there was something that somebody covered and was referring to, I hope I find it, where somebody was referring to their Sasquatch. It's really gonna bug me now that I can't find this. But in any case, the way that they kind of came across and kind of described is that, look, we are going to come to a point where this could be a band-aid or a plaster, as we say in the UK. So, you know, one of those little things you put over a cut. A plaster, sticking plaster, to a problem that will re-emerge down the line, in that you'll have this same issue with, as champions go down deeper on starage, they have Ascension, they have rank 6, 7 stars. I think we can get rank 7, 6 stars. Then you're increasing health pools to a gargantuan level. And if you're doing that, then it's going to be, again, same issue, that Kabam will have to revisit this, and they'll have to add in more lines to this, new unit costs, and then they'll have to bump things down. And then it's going to be a case of going, right, well, if you are a Paragon player or new titleage, that, you know, there could be the Excelsior tier, whatever progression, and you're like, okay, well, my 300, 500,000 health pool champion is now having to spend 20, or you have to get 20,000 health per health potion. Okay, well, let's do the maths right now. So if that's going to be a case that we have got at one stage, not going to say that is or isn't, but look, we've had Ascension this year, we've had 7 stars this year, we've had increased ranks, we've had all that stuff, right? Divided by 20,000 comes to 25. 25 times, what is it, 35? So to get one champion fully healed, in theory, hypothetically, it will cost 875 units to get up to full health, a potentially whatever it is champion, based on a 20,000 health pool, level 7 health potion. you know, it's just not like, it's just not fair, to be honest. And this is the thing where I the more that when I revisited this particular thread, maybe I didn't do a good enough job to kind of like cover this the first time when I did a video, but I felt that when I came back to this, I wanted to at least kind of look at a better theory of kind of, or better look at this a bit more in a bit more detail of like, well, how would there be solutions down the line? And I guess the same thing that I'm coming to, same point I'm coming to, is that this could be a band-aid to a long-running solution which will reappear time and time again. And would it be better to do a percentage-based health potion? There's a good argument for it. As I said, I really wish I found the argument from this player that was basically, you know, going to this degree that we've just mentioned there in that particular scenario. But it was interesting to read through a lot of this stuff. And I think this is the problem that Kabam had with this thread, that they didn't... I think they're learning now, right? But it's kind of like... it's just basically kind of like cut. It's like, no, we're not going to, you know, listen to it any further. So as Kabam Mike says, and this kind of feels like this is actually, by the way, posted today. I understand your request for more information, and if we have more to share in the future, we will. We do not have we don't have anything to share at this time. I'm bumping a thread just to ask for more information we don't have to share. It is not constructive. I think it's very, very constructive to open discussions about stuff. Create understanding. I'm not saying that the Consumables update information did give understanding. The problem is with this game, it's not ever a case of going, you can't just go to one point of the tree, the trunk. It branches off. And because it branches off into these multiple different areas, these are areas which are key to the player base. Whether or not you're getting a health potion regularly on a daily basis like I am with the solo event, 22-hour event, getting that revive, getting that health potion. And the difference that health potion is going to make now versus in 2 years' time, where it becomes antiquated against the fact that, look, we're getting exponential ranks of champions, exponential health pools, we've got ascended champions. It's not, these potions may not fit the bill in different types of areas and content, and it becomes another pain point, which obviously needs to be dealt with. So the question would then go back to Kabam is like, look, is this a quick fix? Of course, it's a 3-step plan, but it's going to be something you're going to have to address in about... You can address it next year and have this 3-step plan actioned, but you'll have to address it again in 2 years further to that, and it'll be an ongoing cycle. So the discussion is not about percentage-based potions. We're not going to discuss that here, nor do we have plans to make these available at any time in the near future. I originally closed this thread, but I'm opening it again as we're going to focus our conversation on changes that are being made and not on those that aren't. Well, yeah. Look. I don't know. Thoughts in the comment section about this one, but I thought it was important to mention in a follow-up, especially as Kabam are taking this stance that it's kind of like, it's a no bueno. It's like a no discussion point. But I think that Kabam should look to just see what players are saying, because at the end of the day, it's important to kind of like, you know, get that cohesion. And as well, you know, for spenders that are looking to kind of buy stuff with units, they want to see value for money as well. So I think it's a no-brainer to continue the conversation on the matter. Maybe look into the percentage-based health potions, possibly. In any case, thanks for watching this video. Check out some other content located on screen. Happy Halloween! Spooky times! Yes. Bye-bye.